welcome to yoga. Today we're going to be using props. We often use props, but we're going to be focusing on how props can help you practice more accessible to you and actually help you to get more out of poses. So BKS Iyengar is a well-known yogi, and his method emphasizes alignment, and his definition of props is any object that helps stretch, strengthen, relax, or improve the alignment of the body. And I'll also add to that, props can make poses more accessible and to help overcome or compensate for limitations, whatever those may be in your body. So the great thing about yoga is anyone can do it, any body can do it. So props make the practice more accessible. So today we're going to use some props to do that. And the first prop is your mat. So the mat helps to cushion your bones from grinding into a hard surface, gives you a little cushion, and also provides some traction, some stickiness, so you don't slip. So let's begin practice on our backs. So come on over onto your back for our centering. Make yourself comfortable, supine foundation. Close your eyes and begin to bring your awareness inside. Yoga is a process of getting to know your true self, and asana is a part of that practice of the 8-limbed path of yoga. Asana is getting to know your body and listening to your body, linking mind and body. So bring your awareness inside, go into your feeling mind, not your thinking mind, just listen to sensations, scan your body as a witness. So like we did last week, it might help you to get away from judgment and see yourself as with compassion. So as you're scanning your body, imagine that it's another body, not your own. A body that you don't inhabit every second of every day, and you're just have a curiosity and openness to what you discover and see. Just feeling sensation, noticing all the parts of your body from your toes to the tip of your head. Seeing what's going on, feeling what's going on, seeing as a witness. Also include the breath, your breath, the breath. It's not your breath, remember, you're in a different body. The breath as it comes in and out through the nose. Just as it is, not trying to change it. The minute that you take your focus onto your breath, it will change even if you're not trying to change it. So just try to see it as it is, qualities of your breath. The inhale, the exhale, whether they're equal in length or different. The pace, the consistency, the depth. Where you most feel the breath as it moves in your body. So just think about that one thing for a minute, or feel that one thing, where you feel the breath. Do you feel it most as it enters through your nose, in your throat, in your chest, in your belly? And wherever you are most aware of the breath, take your focus there. And then begin to slow down and lengthen and deepen your breath. Keeping your focus on that one place where you most are aware of the breath in your body. And just check in to see if you're holding tension in your face, your jaw, your neck. Just release any tension that you're aware of, your shoulders. Just feel your body supported by the mat. No effort, just focusing on that breath and how it moves in your body. Also notice any emotions that you might feel in your body, whether it's translated into a tightness in your belly or your chest, or an openness, spaciousness. Notice any emotions that you carried in with you today. Good, bad, or indifferent. And then create an intention for your practice. Positive affirmation, something you'd like to take away from your practice today. And repeat that intention a few times silently to yourself. Seal it into your heart space. And we're going to begin practice on our backs, and I forgot to say at the beginning which props we should have. So I will tell you, and if you need to pause the video to go gather these things, that's the great thing about a virtual practice. But we will need a block or two, a strap, your mat, a blanket or two, a bolster if you have it, and don't worry if you don't have all these things, because we can modify. And other props I'll be mentioning are an eye bag and a sandbag or weight bag, which probably most of you don't have, but it's you could maybe think of something else to use if you want to practice on your own. But at least blocks, strap, and a blanket. And a wall. So I made a pretend wall back here because I couldn't set my camera up with the real wall. So a wall. Chair. Anyway, all right, so we'll begin on our backs. With a strap, but we don't need the strap for the very first thing we're gonna do. So come on, you're on your back already, so lengthen out through your legs, flex your feet, bring your arms up overhead to the floor behind you, toward the floor. And when you come to an inhale, lengthen out in 2 directions, so full body stretch. Reach, 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 and then exhale, relax that. And the next inhale, lengthen out through your right leg and right arm, so stretch out the right side. Exhale, release. Inhale, stretch out through your left side, through the arm, through the foot. Exhale, release. Next inhale, left leg, right arm, so a diagonal stretch. Exhale, release. And then next inhale, right leg, left arm, diagonal the other way. And then one more full body stretch. Out, legs lengthen, arms lengthen, stretch, stretch, stretch. Exhale, release. Then take your strap, bend your right knee into your chest and put the strap around the ball of your right foot. Your left leg can be bent or straight, so your choice. And with your both end of the strap or in each hand, bring your right knee toward your right armpit, so kind of like a half happy baby. Use the strap, pressure against the strap and down against the ball of your foot to increase the stretch here, a little resistance. And then inhale, lengthen, couple more times. Right knee toward your right armpit using the strap to get more out of the pose. Then inhale, legs straight, both ends of the strap in your right hand, and let your right leg go out to the side, keeping the pressure against the strap, so facilitating the stretch. Hold for a few breaths. And then bring that leg straight up, switch the strap to your left hand, and let your right leg come over toward the left. It won't go so far on this side. And again, push into the strap. Facilitate the stretch up the outer side of your right leg. And then come back to center, bend your knee, take the strap off your right leg, and we'll do the same on the left side. So strap goes around the ball of your left foot, both a strap in left hand, both ends of the strap in your left hand. Bend your left knee toward your left armpit and straighten, bend and straighten a few times using the strap to add some resistance. And then straighten that leg. Hold the strap with your left hand and allow the left leg to move out to the left. Keep the pressure. Your strap is pulling against the foot and the foot is pressing against the strap. So the strap allows you to get more strength and stretch. Keep your breathing slow, deep, and even. And then switch, the leg up, switch the strap to your right hand and cross the left leg over toward the right. Stretch up the left side, outer side of your left leg. Now stay with the sensation, so the sides of your body will be different. Always listen to your body as your first teacher. So props help you to get deeper into a pose. And it starts also, you need to listen to your body to know how to use the props. Okay, then we're going to get a block. So grab a block. We're going to be on our back. We're going to use the block to help access the deep core muscles, the rectus abdominis, and also to help internally rotate our thighs. So put the block long ways between, well, I guess it doesn't matter, it can be short or long, between your thighs, and your knees are over your hips, shins parallel to the mat, arms down by your side. So lightly press into the block, so that gets your activates your deep core muscles and also helps to internally rotate your thighs. And then take an inhale here, just lightly pressing into the block. Press your low back toward the floor. Exhale, lower your toes to the mat. Inhale, lift. So we did this last week. This is just using a prop, the block, to help get a felt sense of what activating that deep core is like. Inhale up, exhale, press lower. If you would like to hold in the lowered position with your toes just hovering over the mat, keep pressing the block. This helps keep your low back pressed into the mat. Protect your low back. And then bring your knees up. Take the block out. And take a few rounds of windshield wipes. So arms out, shoulders height, palms up. Feet can be close together, further apart, off the mat. So your version of windshield wipe, just exhale, legs to one side. Inhale, center. Exhale, knees to the other side. Just bring some movement, opening the hips a little bit more. Your neck can be involved if it's, your gaze can go either direction or stay neutral. Breath is still slow, deep, even. Face relaxed. And then come back to center and grab your block and strap. So we're going to use both of these props to do bridge pose. So start by putting the strap around your ankles and the ends are by your side so you can take hold of them. And then the block is between your thighs. So take one end of the strap in each hand. Just roll your shoulder blades under so your chest is nice and open. And on an inhale, lift your hips, pressing into the block, and gently pull back on the strap. And exhale, lower. So we'll do dynamic bridge for a few times. Inhale, hips up, pressing into the block. Exhale, lower. So pressing into the strap helps you to lengthen out through your legs, opens your chest, and pressing into the block helps your legs internally rotate, keeps your knees from splaying out. And the next time you lift, hold. And just experience bridge pose with the props. And just see if it helps you to get a little more stability and ease in the pose. And then lower down, remove the strap, remove the block, take both knees into your chest, and just rock Apanasan. Just rock. Here's where the mat is nice because there's some cushioning. You're rocking on your sacrum, not against a hard surface. It feels cushy. And then come on to your side. Best way for you, or rock up. Come on up and around to all fours. Have a blanket and block handy here. So, tabletop, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, spread your finger base, Pada Bandha. Press into the ball mounts of your fingers. Make a little suction cups with your hands to take some pressure off your wrists. And start with a few rounds of cat-cow. So inhale, chest goes down, spinal extension. Exhale, round your back, spinal flexion. You know the drill. Start gently, moving with your breath. And maybe each round you can go a little deeper. Stay with the whole movement all the way. Have an image, maybe have an image in your mind of your spine. Moving here, so flexion evens out the curves in one direction, extension the other. So our spines normally have concave and convex curves. And then the next time you come to an exhale, we're going to go back into child's pose. And I'm going to talk about a couple props here. So child's pose, if your hips don't come all the way easily back to your heels, a blanket under your knees can make that accessible or allow you to relax into child's pose because it's a relaxed posture. And head to a block if your head doesn't come easily to the mat. So even if it doesn't hurt to just try these things, even if you don't need them, so to speak. So props aren't cheating. Props are a good thing. And sometimes, as I just said, using a prop, even if you technically don't need it, can just help you to get a little more out of the pose. Can help you get some of that ease that you're looking for. You're not struggling. You can access the benefits with less struggle. Okay, and then inhale back up. All fours, tuck your toes, lift your hips up into down dog. Keep a nice bend in your knees to start. And then you can gradually straighten your legs as it feels right. Let your head hang. Shake your head yes, no. Press equally into your hands and down through your heels. Sticky mat helps keep you from slipping. And then walk your feet to your hands and come into standing forward bend. And chair, if a forward bend is contraindicated, hands on a chair is a prop you can use here. Bring your hands to your shins, come up halfway. Inhale, exhale, fold. Then inhale, arms out to the side, come all the way up to standing, and hands to your heart center. So mountain pose against the wall is really great. So here's where the alignment comes in. So my fake wall here, which I hope doesn't fall over. So stand against the wall. Oh, have a block too. So block between your thighs. Just gentle pressure. Lift and spread your toes. You want your heels to be back against the wall. And your backside, your shoulders, arms face out, and the back of your head. So this is your alignment. So just notice. So sometimes if you're doing Chandrasen mountain pose without the wall, you might not actually be in your proper alignment. So this gives you the feeling of it and lets you know where, you know, if you need to have your shoulders back more. This is the alignment. It gives you a felt sense of proper alignment. A great thing to do off the mat at home is just stand against a wall for a couple minutes a day, and that will again give you that felt sense, and you'll be able to feel when you're not standing up straight. So close your eyes. Come back to your breath. Slow, deep, even. Just release any tension. So sometimes I can lock my knees here. So when I release, I notice letting go a little bit of that tension in my legs. And it doesn't affect the alignment. So notice where you can release some holding, some tension, some energy, and still stay in alignment. Reestablish your slow, deep, even breath. And then take hold of your strap. And from mountain pose, your feet might come a little bit further apart, hip distance apart. And take hold of your strap. So the strap is about, your hands are about shoulder distance apart. Light pressure, pull your hands away from each other. Inhale over your head, and then exhale down. Just a few, just like that. Inhale, exhale. So again, the resistance, you can feel how it activates your arms. Inner arms are strengthening. Strong, activated. And then the next time your hands come up, on the next exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale up, side bend to the left. So here you're keeping on with the activation of the arms, but you're accentuating the stretch too because you're reaching out and keeping the arms shoulder distance apart and in line with your ears. Makes it a lateral bend, not any extension or flexion, just side bend. And then come back to center, drop the strap, get your block between your thighs. I'm going to do a few rounds of half sun coming up through chair pose. And in that, the block helps you internally rotate your thighs and again activate the deep core muscles, I was saying rectus abdominis, transverse abdominis. Okay, inhale, arms up, reach. Exhale, forward fold. You can bend your knees. Inhale, pressing into the block, helping your knees stay even. And exhale around. 2 more times. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale around. And the last time. Very nice. Now, keep your block. Go to the wall. And you're gonna, again, use the wall for a little security and alignment. So, start with your legs wide apart. I'd be a little bit away from the wall, a few inches away from the wall. Turn your right toes out and left heel back. So we're going to come into a triangle pose. You may or may not use the block for this part, but so heels are in alignment or heel to arch. Start with your hands in Anjali Mudra. Spine comes right up, straight up through the pelvis. Inhale, arms out shoulder height. And then exhale. Inhale, reach out with your right arm, side bend, left arm up, triangle pose. You can bring your hand to the block or your shin. So what you want to think about the wall is having your back parallel to the wall, your back body. So left shoulder moving back, right hip moving forward. So don't worry about actually leaning against the wall. Just know that it's there and imagine being parallel. You might be able to relax a little bit just knowing it's there. And then inhale, come up. And this time, we're going to move into Arda Chandrasen, which is a half moon, a balance pose. So I'm going to suggest keeping the block in your hand, or you can put it a little in front of your right foot. So start, right toes forward there. Left hand on your left hip. take a bend in your right knee, and as you inhale, push off the back foot and come forwards. I gotta be a little bit away from the wall. And you can put your hand on the block there as you raise your left foot. Foot is flexed, and open up. So here the wall, I'm touching the wall a little bit, but it helps you get into the proper alignment, and the block does too. So you can feel stable, but still easy. Chandrasen. Lengthen out through your left foot, up through your right arm. Your shoulders want to be stacked, your hips stacked. So left hip is moving back, left shoulder's moving back. And then bend your right leg and come down. Step away from the wall a little bit. And take a couple rounds of half sun movement after stillness. And we'll move over to the other side. So this time, from your wide-legged stance, your left toes go toward the front edge of the mat, and your right heel comes back. Okay? Square your shoulders toward the long edge. Hands to heart center. Inhale, arms out, shoulder height. Spine's coming straight up. And then inhale, reach out, side bend. Use the wall as a guide. Block if that works. I don't like the block as much as I like to rest my hand on my lower shin. But the wall, you're gonna move your right shoulder back, left hip under, and then come back to your breath. Your gaze can go up or forward or down, your choice. And then inhale up and get ready for half moon. So the back foot can come forward a little bit. Bend your right leg and begin to come over toward the left. Yeah. Reaching out through the top leg, up through the top arm, and again, left hip moves under the body, right arm, right shoulders moving back, opening chest. And then come back down. Couple rounds of half sun. And then come into a standing forward bend. Walk your feet back into downward facing dog. Pedal your feet a little bit. Lengthen up. Oh, let the chest, upper body release down. Come to your knees and back around to a seat with your legs out in front, and have your strap ready. Maybe also a block or a blanket. So we're gonna do some forward folding postures, and a prop such as a block or a blanket to lift your hips can really help so that the forward bend doesn't come into your back. So you want the length to go from your hips, your pelvis coming forward. So if your hamstrings are tight, it can help to give them a little bit of a head start on the blanket. So take your strap and shoulder width apart, lengthen up, pressing out. Inhale, lengthen up, and then keeping that length, pull your belly in, keeping your back straight, reach out, a couple times like that. Inhale up, exhale, reach like you wanted to put the strap around the bottom of your feet. And this time, put the strap around both feet. Hold one end in each hand. So in forward bend, each inhale is a nice lengthening of your spine. Exhale, you're going to hinge forward at the hips, coming forward using the resistance of the strap to help bring your chest forward toward your feet. So what you don't want to do is round down in the low back right away. So just take a few breaths. Each inhale, lengthen up. Pull back on the strap. Exhale. Might be able to go a little bit forward with a straight, long spine. So where you want to be releasing now is in the back of your thighs, your hamstrings. So bring your sits bones back and consciously think of relaxing your hamstring muscles. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, maybe fold a little bit more. Couple more breaths. Now, if you are coming forward, rounding forward, you can take a block. If you can put your hands around your feet. And you can rest your head on the block, which gives you can really relax into the forward bend then without worrying about your low back. So you're getting the benefits of the pose in a safe way. And then inhale, come back up. Bend your right leg so your right foot comes to the inside of your left thigh. And turn your torso just a little bit so you're in line with your left foot. Put the strap around your left foot. So Chandrasen. One side forward bend. If it feels good to have something under your right knee, you can put a block or a blanket under there. Same dynamics. So inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, reach out with a straight spine. Exhale, perhaps soften. You can take a micro bend in your left knee. So in fact, your left knee should not be locked. So just a micro bend there helps to relax the muscles on the back. Each inhale, lengthen out through the crown of your head. Use the strap to get yourself into this a little deeper. And you can do the same thing with the block. You can rest your head on the block. If you don't, also just stay with your upper body in the air. But continue to let the breath bring you a little bit deeper. So inhale, lengthen. Exhale, soften. Maintaining the integrity of your spine. Then inhale, come up. Straighten out your right leg and just shake your legs against the mat a little bit. Then other side. So left foot inside of your right thigh. Slight turn toward the right foot. Strap around. So props also help you to be safe. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale. Pull forward using the strap. Never aggressive pulling, just gentle resistance. Let your body release. You can't force it. Just use your breath. Use the exhale. Soften. Release. And then inhale, come back up. Remove this strap. And we're going to go into a restorative pose that you may or may not want to use for your Shavasana. So we're starting Shavasana a little bit early. And this is to show how props can really make the restorative poses accessible and how you can get a lot more out of them if you use them. So take your blanket and so roll it up, just fold it in half, and then roll it from the long edge so that your blanket is a long roll. And then you're going to wrap it. I'll also have another blanket rolled or a bolster or 2 blocks for behind your back. So I'll show the blocks, but you could also do this with or another rolled blanket or a bolster. So the first long rolled blanket, you're going to put the soles of your feet together, wrap the blanket around your ankles, and then cross it underneath, kind of like a pretzel. So that's going to support your legs. And then either take a rolled blanket under your spine the long way, or a block that's going to go between your shoulder blades. So this takes a little setting up. A block long way, and a block across, like a separated T. And you're going to have to fiddle around here, but lay back so that the one block is under your between your shoulder blades, and the other block, it could be a different height, is under your head. So just take some time to get this right, because it's got to be comfortable. If you're laying back on a rolled blanket, the blanket starts at the base of your spine, and then your head can just rest on the top of the blanket, or you can put a block there if you want your head to be up higher. So take as long as it takes you, pause the video or whatever, take as long as it takes to get into, this should be really, really comfortable. So your legs are supported, so your legs can just relax into this external rotation, stretching the muscles on the inside of your thighs. You don't have to use any effort to hold them up because the blanket is doing that for you. The block or blanket under your spine is opening your chest, so your chest muscles can passively stretch. No effort needed there. And you're protecting your neck by having your head supported. And arms can go out to the side, face up, and gravity just opens. So if you take the time to set everything up, this can just be a wonderful, wonderful restorative pose. I call it pretzel because of the way the blanket is around your lower legs. So we're just gonna stay here for a few minutes, and then your choice to continue here for Shavasana. I'll tell you when that transition can take place. You can stay, or you can do a different Shavasana. So, and then when we get to that point, I'll talk about a few props that can really make your Shavasana great. So while you're in pretzel, just relax, restore, enjoy a passive opening. Just for a couple minutes. But you're still doing a pose, so stay with your breath. Don't go to your thinking mind, just stay inside your body. Few more seconds. And then just take a little time for transition, or staying here, and so a couple things that can be great for Shavasana, the blanket to cover yourself up so you are warm. Now, if we were in class here in person, I would be bringing the blanket to you and covering you up, and unfortunately I can't do that. Another thing is the weight bag on your abdomen or chest. So the weight of the bag induces a relaxation response and helps to ground. And then another great prop for Shavasana is an eye bag, which they're easy to make. You can also buy them, of course. Just over your eyes, again, the weight. And remember when we did that palming thing with the dark, it's dark, it helps keep light out, helps keep your eyes still. So eye bags, the blanket, sometimes a rolled blanket under your knees during Shavasana helps, is nice for your low back. So there's lots of ways to deepen your Shavasana practice too, with props. So find your place, settle in, and I will be quiet, but just feel the support of the mat. Feel support. Notice where you have support off the mat. Just maybe bring to mind a situation where you have felt very supported, a person who's very supportive of you, something like that. Just that good feeling and stability of being supported and safe. And then just surrender. Surrender to this moment, each breath. Now gently bring your awareness back to the space and waken your body with small movements. Remove any props you may have been using and bring yourself over onto your side and cradle your head in your arms, supporting your head. And just scan your body at the end of practice. Notice how you feel. Reconnect with your breath. Remember your intention. And then use your arms to bring yourself up to a seated position. Eyes closed, spine tall. And bring your hands, palms together at your heart space. And we'll end practice with just a short sequence. So hands at your heart space, bow lightly, peace in your heart. Now move your hands with your thumbs at your mouth, peace in your speech, and then hands to your forehead, peace in your thoughts. Namaste. And thanks for coming to yoga and using props even though you think you might not need them. And remember, props just make your practice better. And thanks again for coming, and I'll see you back here next week. Bye.